insurance.
Hmm.
Right now, before a couple of years ago, I will install a solar on a age roof more than 7 years, 5, 10. I won't even do that now because the last year, people that I put on roofs, solar, and their roofs are like, no, it's good. And I just replaced it like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, everything's solid. Okay, cool. And now insurance companies tell me, oh, you put solar? No. We're not going to renew you if you get a whole new roof. What? So
Yeah.
now it's like, I just put the commission on them from getting, I mean, Bob, you know, remove, reinstall, and then so now it's like, no, look, 10, 15 years off, okay, you need a new roof. Get it out the way now because you don't want the problem later. And now putting a solid roof with a solid system, you don't worry about it for 50 years.
Right.
So,
That
so
makes
that's in
sense.
play too, and AC unit as well. A lot of these homes have old AC units. They don't
Hmm.
know that that AC unit's sitting there for 10, 15 years. It's like cranking an extra $100 a month and replacing it changed the whole game. So we have that in play and fast installs, and there you go. So
Sweet. Yeah, that's solid. Fast installs are super important. What's awesome that you just told me is the double deal with roofing and solar. I'm running ads for my client in New York and we're smashing it right now. Basically getting in like 12 to $17 leads for a roofing and solar deal. So they basically build it in to the deal. Like, hey, we'll basically the tax credit covers your roof, so we'll install a new roof and get you set up with solar and lower your electric bill. And so we're running this double deal, getting like $13 leads. In that, if you look at it, actually like look at it and break it down, that's like getting $7 leads because you're getting a roofing lead and a solar lead at the same time. So the
correct.
fact that you're able to provide that is phenomenal. Um, what are typically, I guess, if you do something like that, what is the average like you would like the average that you're charging per deal, and then like what is it that you're actually making so we can factor in like the cost that we can acquire a client for.
Yeah. So let's say an average system. Let's say 28 panels. Between 28. Let's say we keep it on a tier one system. 28, 26, 28, 29 panels, averaging around 30,000
Okay.
before dealer fees. So, you know, because I have the no dealer field lender and then I got the dealer field
Right.
lender. So that is like average, right? 30,000 for that 28 panel. And then the roof, let's say average roof size, 25 squares of a roof. That's around 25,000 because it's about 1,000 a square feet.
Okay, solid.
It's about 25,000, right? And so yeah, so let's say somebody has a 200, 250 light bill. I'll slap on the 28 panel system, right? 405-watt panels, and phase microinverters. And if it's a shingle roof, there you go. Their monthly payment will be, let's say the total cost was, what did I just say? I said 25 plus
Yeah,
30, 55.
55. Yeah.
55, let's say on a 3.99, their monthly payment will be, yeah, so their monthly payment will be around $300.
Okay.
So it's like, they're paying like, wow, my summer bill is way higher than that, when I
Right.
get a new. And so it's like around there on the financing.
Okay, cool. Perfect. And then so total rev, and then what are you getting out of that?
I get out of that 10%.
And okay, so you're making about 5,500. Okay, solid. Cool. And then you said that you're doing a lot of referrals and door knocking?
I do, like, once the system is installed, that area there, because a lot of these communities have homeowners association, so it's like they're
Right.
already in with the association. So now it's like, oh, next door neighbor. So I'll show up like 3 times during the whole installation process, like, the beginning when I sign up, when the day of installation, the day of the final inspection,
Cool.
when that switches the meter. So I'm working that, and then the referrals that the homeowners did, because we do 1,000
Hmm.
referrals for like 500. When that homeowner signs up, going to the house, dropping off like 500 cash, or do a new sale, and when the panels get put on, they get another 500. Not
Okay.
PTO, but when the panels get put
That makes sense. That makes a lot of
on.
sense. um, so yeah, because a lot of people don't factor that in. If you do not, even though you got the sale, you have to still remain in contact with them to like guide them through the process. So I guess you're doing how many door knockers? Like how many deals are they pulling through usually?
I had a team of 3, then I lost a few, but right now, no, I actually had a little bit more. But right now, I'm down to 2. I'm about to recruit
Hmm.
maybe another 2. So the 2, they do their door canvassing. They're getting about 1 or 2, maybe good appointments a week, you know, and because it's turned hot, I can't have too much outside.
Yeah.
A lot of these homeowners are not home. It's funny with these, and then you do have somebody home, and it's either one legger. So of course we try to do the appointment for another day anyway. The pitch that we have, it's they're like, oh yeah, great, and especially when we have an install down the block, and so that's how we work it out.
Okay, cool. So about like you're saying 2 deals a month
They're doing about
or two
I
each?
started. Yeah, they're doing about 2 each a month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
2 each. Okay, so about 4 deals a month. Okay, and then that in mind, because if you are going to be taking these calls, closing them, are you going to be the one following up with them, or how many do you think you could add where you can make sure that these are going through to install?
Uh, yeah, I mean, what do you mean? Like, how many of these you give me a day? I start working
Like
on a day.
deals could you basically bring on so that you can still follow up with them so they don't cancel before install? Because you still got to like go and check in on them and make sure that they're
Oh yeah,
happy.
I want to do 20, 25 a month.
20, 25. Okay, cool. And you said you need to do some recruiting, which is fantastic. Um, okay. 20 to 25 deals. That means what do you think right now is in the way of getting there?
Getting more leads,
Right.
because like the canvassing did little died out. I did have another lead generation thing that I was working before, but a lot of those leads are no good. A lot of no shows, a lot of reschedules.
Right. Yeah, you really need to have a good system in place to make sure that they're showing up. Um, okay, so it sounds like you're trying to get to $100,000 a month. And right now, you're about at 20, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is an $80,000 problem that we have to solve. Now, said you need deals, said you need appointments. Need to fix this $80,000 problem. That in mind, if you were to add these deals and we were to get these appointments, how soon would you want to start sitting with these appointments?
as soon as possible.
Okay, great. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about what we do, and if it sounds good with you, then we can discuss further steps. Basically, I specialize in solar and the home service industry, and what I do is run Facebook ads. And so, typically getting just leads in $6 to $17. I don't go higher than that. I cancel the campaign, eliminate emotion, and then like restart. I don't sit there and be like, oh, well, I put all this time and effort into this. Well, I've got to make it work. No, start from the drawing board, go again. But the thing is I already know what works in these markets. So I've ran ads across Florida. Um, so I have tried and true copy that works, and we tailor it to your offer specifically. Um, and so typically what we'll see is if we just go, if all you want is appointments and we just send them directly to a scheduling page, you're going to miss out on all the leads that might come in between. So it will be like $100 for just the appointment, but you don't get leads in between. But if we do something where it's like, okay, they enter in the lead form and then they're prompted, okay, great, it looks like you qualify. Let's choose a time that works best for you. Now you'll get all these leads of people that, okay, maybe they weren't ready to schedule the appointment. You can put them through a system, but then there's going to be that 1 out of 10 in that $100 a day budget that are gonna book the appointment. Um,
Mhm. Okay.
yeah, so you'll be getting leads in, pinged to your phone, as well as you'll be getting pinged. Hey, you can connect your I can connect your calendar directly, and all you have to do is see these appointments, um, have the times that you're available, and you can block off times, and then you just sit with the appointment, close. Yeah, so I basically would just need access to an ad account. Um, you just send me over access. I shoot you over. Hey, this is what I'm thinking about running. You give me the go ahead. We launch the campaign. You watch the leads come in and the appointments come in, and then you just give me feedback like, oh hey, these leads were better than these leads, or vice versa, because you're gonna know because you're the ones that you're gonna be the one that's talking to them. Um,
So you mean like when they're set in my calendar, I call them?
Yeah, so the appointment is going to be set in the calendar in your calendar, but when they set the appointment, what's going to happen is they're going to get an automatic like SMS like, "Hey, thank you for setting your appointment." And then it's going to remind them, so you don't have to like continue to remind them. But we only allow them to book 3 days out because I'm sure you know if you go longer than that, typically the show up rates aren't great. So we just have a if they do end up booking like 3 days out, it's going to send them the immediate SMS and then a day before SMS and then an hour before, hey, we have our appointment. And you can choose, hey, do you want this to be in person or virtual? Which would you rather, by the way? Would you rather in
Say that
person?
again. Say that again. What were you saying?
Yeah,
Say that again.
so basically, they're going to come into your calendar and you can choose if you want them to be virtual appointments or in-person appointments. Like we can tailor it and say, hey, what is your address? What is this? What is that? We're going to show up at your house at like this day and in time. And we have automated sequences to make sure they're reminded that they have the appointment. Unless you want to do virtual. Both work great.
Yeah. And then so so they come in my calendar and then they're good to go. And how do you so when they go through the campaign, you reach out to them and they're they're ready or they're reaching out to you and you just call them to set appointments because they're interested in solar.
Yeah, so how it really works is they're going to be filling in their information into like a lead form on Facebook. So we'll capture their information. Some of them aren't going to book. Probably 1 out of 10 of them will book. So if we're getting like $10 leads, $15 leads, the we're going to have all these leads that are coming into our system that haven't officially booked yet, but 1 out of 10 of those is going to auto book themselves, right? So we still have opportunity out of those 10 leads to keep them in our pipeline, reaching out to them and booking them into appointments. So it could be 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It really depends on the quality of our offer and obviously the area. Um,
Okay. Okay. So then, how? So then, okay. And then, so like when you said one a day, so how's the process work? Like like how do I pay the service?
oh yeah, so you would just attach whatever you want to do with ad spend. You're basically just going to set up a Facebook account like business manager and send me access, attach your card. I don't see it at all. And we just start running. It's not like if you're like, okay, we want to do like 3 grand a month for ad spend. It's not like it takes it directly out of your account. You start seeing, okay, we spent $100 today, $100 the next day, and it's just running day by day, and you can monitor that, and you'll see immediately in the first 24 hours we're like getting leads in, appointments in. So
Uh-huh.
that's how that works. And then for me, um it's just 750 every 2 weeks.
Okay. So every 2 weeks, $750.
Yes.
And then what? You're charging my card $100 a day, but I can't stop that.
You can stop that at any moment.
So so when you're charging my account $100 a day, another $100 a day, and but I'm not getting up. There'd be chances where I'm not getting a booked appointment. Maybe one today, maybe nothing tomorrow, maybe one the next day.
No, you'll be getting booked appointments. So they're going to be prompted to basically fill out your information to see if your area qualifies, like with your zip code and everything. And then after they fill in that information, then it says, oh, great, we're actually servicing your area. Schedule your time. And then they book in their calendar. So 1 out of 10 of those leads is probably going to book. It can be more, but that's kind of the buffer period. And then we put them through our sequences, have people reach out to them, and more out of those 10, those leads that come in, they're going to book as well. So because we're calling them saying, oh, hey, like saw that you're experiencing a really high electric bill. Um, how is this affecting your life? Basically, like these qualifying questions.
Okay.
Um, let's book you into the calendar. So probably 2 out of 10 of those leads will book. So you'll probably average like 75, like $70 an appointment. But $70 for an appointment to make 5 grand is nothing, dude. Like that's a $70 ticket to make $5,000, or I mean, in revenue, $55,000. And so, like, that's kind of like me, or that's kind of like selling a pair of shoes for $20, right? And like you're spending like $2
All right.
to like sell it
Yeah.
for $20. It's just at a higher scale because it's high ticket.
Yeah. So then that happens, and then you're charging my card $100 a day, and then so within 5 days you charge me 500, which is fine because okay, let's say I got four booked appointments, two of them closed,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to pay you 750 every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so then, all right, so then there's something I'm gonna, right now, I'm about to go drive to an appointment 10 minutes. If I have any questions, I'm gonna call you back and let me sit on that and think on that, okay?
Okay.
And then
Exactly.
I'll
So
call
I
you.
can have a little preparation of what you might be looking for. Because usually it's a question about information, right? So is there any information that you might be looking for?
No.
Okay. Um, so, I mean, basically, right now, it sounds like the wheels are just churning, and if we don't attack this $80,000 problem, we might not be making any steps to get towards those goals. So, I mean, what I could do for you is we could run, I don't run any contracts or anything. So this is literally week by week basis. If we even just did 1 week, so or 2 weeks, right? So 750, 2 weeks, we run a budget. You're not able to close anything. It doesn't cover those costs. We can just go our separate ways. And you know what? I'll give you that 750 back. Does that sound fair?
750, and then do we run ads for 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me think on that, and then I'll call you back in a bit.
Okay.
I'll hit you back. Okay, Ryan. And then I'll see, because I know I have to do something, but I have other options. I have other plan B, plan C. Just trying to see if this just work. I don't want to dish out 2, 3 grand and have nothing.
Right. If
Because
it
at
if
the
it
end,
would
it's
help
coming
you,
out of my pocket, which I'm investing. I'm a one-man show.
right.
You know, these two guys that work for me, I have to pay them daily.
So we also have a recruiting department. Now,
Yeah.
why would we have a recruiting department? Because as we scale you, if I go and make you $40,000 right now, and then you don't have the team to fulfill it, what do you go and tell me the next month? Hey man, let's pause the campaign. And now no one's happy. I'm not making money, you're not making money. So we have a recruiting team to put people in place so that we can find you closers. We can find you all the people that you need to be able to fulfill all the extra work that we're bringing in. I wouldn't have this recruiting department of what I provide, this service, if it didn't work. So if it would help you, I can show you some of the results that I've gotten some clients, and we can go over. I can give you some visuals on it, um, either later today
Um,
or
what do you
tomorrow.
mean? Recruiting? What do you mean?
Like just kind of showing you some of the campaigns that I've run. Like I can show you
Uh,
the leads coming in and
oh,
everything.
let me come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see that. And because I know how the game is out there. It's a lot of stuff going on where people, losing, run campaign,
Hmm.
this, that, nothing, don't worry about it. Here's a book appointments, whatever. Here's another book appointment, nothing. And because I thought it was some system that I could see, okay, I could try for 3 days. Okay, here's one, here's two, here's three. And then we're closing something. And then I said, okay, we can continue a little bit more versus me signing something up. A lot of these lead generations, a month, 3 month type thing, trial.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Like I said, we don't tie you into any contracts or anything. We could
yeah,
do like the first week. Like you're gonna get appointments in the first 24 hours. Like we're running this
yeah,
campaign. You're gonna get appointments and you're gonna get a ton of leads in. Um, After a week, you're like, oh, hey, dude, not liking this, then we just go our separate ways. But I know that's not going to
right.
happen, and that's why I offer it because um, it really is like it's. I have these proven ad sets and winning copy, which I can go over with you to show you. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, look, this is working, right? I can refresh it and show you like this stuff is like a gold mine once you set it up properly. You just got to take the leap,
right.
you know.
Exactly. All right, Ryan, let me go here. I'll be done in about an hour or two, and then I'm going to hit you back up.
Okay. Do you want me to send over a meet for us to hop on so that I can show you some of these
Yeah,
things? Okay, cool. What is a good email for you?
The Byron, my first name, the letter G, 2375 at gmail.com.
Okay, cool. All right, I've got a call at 2 and 3.
Okay.
I I'm also in I'm in Palm Beach as well, so I can always like come to you and say like, hey, dude, like I'm a real I'm a real dude. I can show you this stuff. Um, I could do like
I appreciate it.
yeah
Yeah.
one. I could do 1 p.m. So like either in an hour or I could do 4 p.m. today.
All right, 4 p.m.
Okay, let me just make sure you get this.
Uh,
Byron G. Okay, cool. Yeah, it'll be super quick too, like 15, 20 minutes. Okay, cool. All right,
yeah.
Byron. I sent it over to your email, ByronG2375 at Gmail. Were you
Yeah,
able to
I
get
got it.
that?
Thanks.
Okay, cool. Awesome, man. Is there anything you want me to have prepared to make your life a bit
Uh,
easier? Anything like that?
no, we'll get, I'll see if anything comes up. I'll let you know.
All right, perfect. All right, well, I'll talk to you at 4 p.m. then.
Okay, bro.
Awesome.
Thanks, right?
Later.